Okay guys, so this is where I am now. I already sanded the deck lid. I started taping up right here. There's a molding that I taped up. Usually I would tape something like that up with some lift tape, but I don't have any, so I just taped it up as best as possible, and that's where I am now. So I'm gonna back tape everything around the lift gate, like right here. I started back taping where the tail light goes, and there's a molding here, so I taped it up. I taped up the molding. Now I'm gonna back tape in this area, and then this is ready for plastic. So back taping is real simple. You just wanna put the tape with the lip sticking up like this, so that when you come to put your plastic sticks to the tape, and you cut out the section that you want the plastics to stay on, and cut out everything else that's gonna get painted. So right there, this area would get cut around where the tape is, and this would get covered with plastic or paper, and everything else gets cut out for like a painting. By the way, back taping is a lot easier if you're using 1.5" tape and not 1/4" tape. All right, so I'm taping all around the edges. I'm back taping everything, and where my lights go. Easy. You just put the tape like this, and your back taping is good. So let me lift this up for you guys to see. So there you go. You see that sticky side out this way. Plastic is gonna go on here, and I'm gonna tape it up like that, just like this. And it's that simple, guys. You could also do it like this, with the tail light, with the tailgate up. Hopefully you can see me doing it if the sun's not in the way. But yeah, see that? Right across the bottom of it. When I plastic it, the plastic is gonna stick here. I'm gonna cut it right there. Now that I got the gate open, I'm gonna tape up right here. Here, right here, here. There we go. Right here where my tail light goes. There you go. Put a piece of tape on this molding right here. Cover that up real quick. The molding right here. I'm just gonna tuck the tape behind this molding and push it back with my hand, and then put the tape on there. There. And then always make sure that when you're taping, your tape is not on the area that you are going to paint. You don't want to start taking the tape off the car and notice that you taped up on top of an area that's supposed to be painted. That is not fun. That is very, very frustrating. Let me tell you, I've seen it happen. It's happened to me before. So, word of advice, don't do that. All right, that looks good, guys. See that tape? All taped up. Now all I gotta do is put my plastic on top, and tape everything else up. I'm good to go. So guys, I want to show you a little tape up trick that I learned when I was a painter. So I have the deck lid up just a little bit out from where it's right up against the bumper reinforcement, because there is a lip down here that I want to make sure that I get in here to get some paint underneath here and some clear. So I put this little thing that I have from doing construction over here, so that it gives the deck lid something to lay on top of, so that it's not going all the way down, but it's not coming all the way up. So I pulled it up a little bit enough so I could get on these edges, like these edges right here. I want to get some paint on here, and I taped up the deck lid so that it doesn't open up when I'm in the middle of painting. That's a little hack, because I have a lip right here that I want to get paint and clear on. Now I did cut it in yesterday when I did the initial cutting of the deck lid, but now I want to get a nice coat of clear in there so that looks nice and shiny. I was going to tape it up on this edge, but I didn't want that overspray. I was going to tape it up on this edge, but I didn't want that overspray to make an ugly edge right here. When you open the deck lid up, that's going to show up. So over here, I want a nice clean clear coat right there. So that's a little hack. I lifted it off a little bit off the body of the car, so that's not where I can't get to the underneath, and I can get all around the bottom now. So yeah, that way I have a nice clean area to spray my clear coat and my base coat all around the edge, because of this lip that this has right here. Just a little hack for you guys to learn, so check it out. Okay guys, I'm ready for plastic. Let me grab my plastic. So I just want to let you guys know something. When you're back taping, okay, real quick, when you're gonna back tape a car, now depending on where your back taping is gonna be, right, you want to pull the plastic on the opposite side of where your back taping is. So you see I pulled my plastic from the front to the back because all my back taping is back here. If you pull your plastic from the back to the front and your back taping is here and here underneath, what's going to happen is that the plastic is going to get stuck on the tape as you're trying to pull it and rip it into pieces. So that's why you see me going from the front to the back, because my back taping is here. If I was working on the front end of the car and I had the hood taped up and I had the hood taped up on where the wheels are, where the fenders are, if I had that back taped, I would be pulling the plastic from the back to the front and doing the same thing. But since I got the back taped up, I pulled it from the front to the back. That way when I open up my plastic, it gets stuck where it needs to get stuck on my back tape. See? And it gets stuck even while you're trying to open it. So, you know, that's another thing you gotta be careful for, because you don't want to rip your plastic into pieces. That's just a little taping up tip that I want to give you guys. See, I'm gonna pull my plastic up to the point where I have my back taping and kind of stretch it nice and flat to make sure it's tight. There, see that? And I just put a little pressure on the areas that I have my back taping right here, down here. Now I usually use a combination of paper and plastic, but using plastic is very, very much faster and takes up less time and less material. So I just use plastic for now because it's more convenient. Convenience is important. All right, that's all ready to go. Another thing you want to make sure you have when taping up is a fresh razor blade. A fresh razor blade is going to be your friend when cutting plastic out from where you're back taping at. So For example, if you use an old razor blade, it's barely gonna cut and you're gonna have to swipe over it multiple times and it's gonna make a mess of your masking. Now you see this mess of plastic doing this? I'm gonna tie this down because when you're masking outside, any little wind that hits the plastic is going to blow up in your face and on the car. So just tie it down tight, tuck it underneath the car somewhere like this piece right here. I'm gonna tape it right up under here where the bumper reinforcement is, just to keep it tight. I don't have plastic blowing everywhere. All right, so back to the razor blade thing. Okay, I'm gonna start right here where my tail light is. See how easy it cuts into the plastic? When you have an old razor blade, it's not gonna do that. Get down here and start pulling it as you go along. That's helpful. That way you know where you are while you're cutting it out. See that? Get down here. So I like cutting from one side to the other. It just makes it convenient for me. And I always tape on. I always cut it with the razor blade on the tape. See that? I'm gonna start masking it right now before I keep going, just because this part up here isn't back taped, so it might start flapping everywhere. I don't want that to happen. Right here. See that? There we go. There. There we go. There. See that? Nice and easy. See that? There we go. Nice. There we go. Beautiful. All right, let me get down here. All right. All right, you see how sometimes the plastic pulls up the tape like this? This is what you got to be careful for. Just cut it out, and once you cut it, just pull it back a little bit. That's exactly what you got to be careful for when you're back taping something. Plastic loves to pull the tape onto the paint job or onto the painted surface. So I'm gonna start from the bottom now and cut my way up. That way the plastic isn't flapping on top of me when I'm trying to cut the rest of it out. Yeah. There. See that? Now I'm gonna go across this way. Down this way. And there we go. Done. Just make sure I get this part right here that's flapping right now. There. 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 There we go. See that part right there lifted up onto the area that's going to get painted? I'll pull it down a little bit. And there's the wind. Being a pain in the butt. I hope I have enough tape to tape it down. I'm running out of tape. There we go. I gotta get the bottom down here. Bottom right here. Ugh. Beautiful. I might just have enough tape to tie on the plastic on the sides. Don't need a lot, just need enough just to tie it down. A little bit of wind right now. And you want to tie your plastic down pretty good, just so it's not flapping everywhere. Accidentally get on your paint. Oh, great. There. Alright, let me get the other side. See, it's flapping. There you go. Tie it down as tight as you can get it. And there you go. That's ready. Well, that's it, guys. That looks good. Everything looks pretty good. And thank goodness I had enough paint for everything. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye.